Okay, let's do all the tech issues live, shall we? Yes, it's dark in here. The sun's not shining today, so that's what's going on. It seems like a few people are doing your part without doing your part, so let's fix that first things first. I'm back in the studio, as it were, but upon my return to the studio, I remembered there are still a lot of tech issues that are yet to be solved, so today is going to be mainly solving said tech issues again. Can I eat your ass? I mean, yeah. If you're offering, why would I say no? Like, if that is an offer, maybe next time say please, but hello. Good morning from the north. Or top of the morning to you. Seems to be working, indeed. Indeed it does. All right, we are already experiencing some, let's say, new world problems. What? Yeah, I mean, yeah, just come on over. You offered. Why would I say no to that? I just got an offer to have my ass eaten. That feels like, just get right in there. Good morning, Iman. How you going? Anyway, I'm doing some technical difficulties. We are officially on vertical YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Cody Cameron. Hi, everyone who popped in earlier. Let's see what's going on. I feel or fear as if I may need to make some changes already for reasons. Okay. What is this doing my part even called? For the Clempire. Okay, so we've got that going now. Is that a general offer? Oh, yes. Is that just for me or is that for others? You're so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. I'm sure you are very pretty as well.
I'm doing my part.
Oh, goodness gracious me. I don't think that the verticals will see that, but Twitch has a lot of channel point things, so if you want to play with them,
I'm doing my part.
That's what's going on Twitch.
I'm doing my part.
I suppose
I'm doing my part.
that we could consider it
I'm doing my part.
an ominous voice that is coming from somewhere, usually in the bottom left corner, but nonetheless.
I'm doing my part.
To Germany! Sie kommen aus Deutschland. Sehr gut. Ich weiß nicht, was Essen mein Ass auf Deutsch ist. Thank you for doing your part. Exactly. Yeah, it's just coming from somewhere. I'm subscribed. Thank you. I don't currently have subscription notifications on YouTube. We are in the Wild West today. And I see that actually a few people are here from YouTube. So welcome on in, guys. I'm brand new to this, so I will try my best. I will try my best. Hi, Shahid. Looking pretty spooky in the light. I know. I don't have a second light source yet. I went on holiday and I spent a lot of money. And then I came back and I was like, oops, that money was meant to go towards other things. Did they go towards other things? No. They went to replacing a car tire instead. I didn't get a greeting in Estonian. Could you please teach me? Because I actually have no idea. So feel free. Kann ich dein Arsch essen? Actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Arsch. That makes sense. I'll show you around. Show me around where. Nice bricks. Thank you, Gray. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to choose one at random. I'm gonna choose our German friend because you seem like you don't have too much ego about you. So I'm gonna practice doing things. I'm gonna practice doing things over here because, like I said, I'm brand new to the YouTubes. So I feel like that would be good. I can ban and time you out. How do I just simply delete your message though? That would be nice. I show you around? Yes. Where would you like to show me around? I would like details. Thank you. Thank you for saying I'm doing fine, though. That's very kind. Hola. When you was in my city, I date you or ask. Which city, dare I ask? Which city do I want to know? How this beautiful ray of sunshine. Hi, Slim Shady. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Got any tea? I do. I always have tea. I have my tea from my ex-Clementine mug. Good evening. How you going? Yeah, come here. I want to do stuff. Hi, Ronald. Okay, I can see. Thank you, Cherry. You're so cute. Show me around YouTube. Oh, you're gonna. Do you have fun videos to show me? All of these things. Why do I know that word? Is that a little village? Do you want to battle me in a squirt off? No, I feel like I'll lose, and I don't like to jump into battles that I don't think I'll win. Like, I'm competitive, but I may as well, like, if I know I'm gonna lose, what's the point, you know? What's the point? Yeah, it is a good word, Kiwi man. It's a great word. Okay, Kaiserslautern. Is that a state village? Tiny. Oh, maybe I have gone here. You know what? I might actually know. I might actually know people who live in Kaiserslautern. I'm not even kidding, because there's no reason for me to know this this little town. I guess it is big enough. Is it a university town? I feel like I know this city, and there's absolutely no reason. My family's not from there. I don't think I know any from there. Maybe not a university town? It's close to Mannheim, so maybe I do know people there. So my dad's from Mannheim, so that's why I know very little German. But I feel like he must know people from Kaiserslautern. Or maybe I just actually have just seen the sign. So there's a very high not high possibility. No, there is a high possibility that I know someone in your area. Yeah, and then is Rammstein. No, I don't know. Well, other than the band, I don't know Rammstein. I'm in Turkey. No way. That's very cool. Okay. Good afternoon, Luther. How you going? Hi, Jesse. 5 months? Well, welcome back. I've kind of been taking a hiatus from streaming myself, but I've been very well. I've moved countries. I've just gone on holiday, and now I am in the Wild West with vertical YouTube. I'm 12 years. Well, you shouldn't be on here then. You're not allowed. Well, actually, I don't think. Does YouTube have rules on how old one can be to watch a live stream? Yeah. You are very funny. It's just the brick wall that's deceiving you. It's, like a placebo effect where people think that I'm funnier just because I'm in a stand-up comedy routine. You know what I mean? Where is Wild West? I mean, it used to be America, but now it is YouTube vertical comments. Yes, I do have Instagram, but I don't use it, so you can follow. There will be very little on there. It's just the same as my handle with an underscore at the end. Always too young to be on YouTube. This is also true. Grab the hammer. Well, that's what I'm trying to learn. That's what I'm trying to learn, Mac. I need to message you. Don't expect a response. So, but it's funny to have such a small world, you know. I clicked because of the brick wall. It's cool. Hey, I really like the brick wall. So this is my studio. Welcome. I didn't build it myself. I know. I just thought I'd rip that band-aid off nice and quick. I did not build this myself, but I will, try and make the most of it. So I actually am in an attic from my friend's house. So I have made this my operation, my base of operation. So one day we might decorate it. Today is is that a hole? Maybe. Today is not that day though. I would love to try and figure something out and get another light because it is very, very dark in here when the sun's not shining from the outside, which is where the sun usually shines from. But we thought we'd just see how we go with tech issues. Hi, good Cameron. Did you put another one in it? I don't know what. Oh, the brick. This one is like a loose brick, so maybe I could put one in there. That would be a possibility. Mod YouTube and Twitch. YouTube modding is ass. YouTube need to learn from Twitch. Also this. I can't even delete a message. Not that I actually really care about any of the messages so far. Even I say. But even so, all I can see immediately is timing out and banned, which I'm assuming would delete things, but it would be nice to just delete a message immediately, and I don't know the ease of access for that. Giving Max Headroom vibes, even though he doesn't have a brick wall behind him. I'm not familiar with Max Headroom, but that's a hilarious name. I like it. Have you heard of Palm? Let me say this out loud in my head before I say it out loud properly. No, I haven't. But I feel like I'm about to learn what it is. Hi, Penguin! Love the vibes. Thank you. We're just doing a little bit of tech testing, really. I do play games, but I don't at the moment. I have a bare bones setup, which means all I do is yap, yap, yap. And yesterday I didn't feel like yapping because I actually here's something for the regulars. Yesterday I woke up and I was like, I should get out of bed. And so I did. I know, surprising twist to the story. I know you guys thought I was going to be staying in bed the whole time. So I got up and I got my tea, which is usually my start to my day. And I was like, I just don't feel like I can hold a conversation today. I just don't. Or maybe I just don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel like I can sit in front of a brick wall and in between a camera as well and be able to speak. I don't feel as if I have the capabilities of this. And so I didn't. And that is the entirety of why I didn't go live yesterday. So instead, we are here today figuring out tech issues. Australian close. I'm a New Zealander hunter, so you were very, very close, but not quite. Not quite. Shockingly AT actually sounds pretty tasty right now. That is shocking coming from you, I will say. I figured you are ruminating in Cousin Town. Population enough. Why you gotta call me out like that? Yeah, we're doing stand-up, Mo. You do you. Thank you, One Wheel. That's actually really kind. I do appreciate that, especially after the heckling. The thing is, now that I have a brick wall, I have to be ready for the heckles, you know? I've actually only just realized that heckles is probably not a word. One is to heckle, one is heckling. Anyway, heckles it is. Hi, Mandy. How you going? I think I'll feel that way every day. Fair enough. So yeah, I chose not to go live yesterday because then I would have more energy for today. And here we are. Oh my goodness, Cassidy, thank you so much for the resub.
How do we know that this wall isn't in the back rooms?
Well, maybe it is. You don't know. I don't know either. How did I end up here? I don't know. But I do know that I am very appreciative and thankful for your 21 months. Okay, so Max was a character for television. He called the first computer generated by a TV presenter. There was an infamous broadcast intrusion where someone dressed up as him hijacked cable and said some random shit, cussed out other TV presenters, even got spanked. Hot diggity dog. That's crazy. Yes, I've collected all my spoons. I didn't have any. What language you can speak? Barely English. Even worse, German. And then I guess I can't really speak Maori. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend on that one. Are the winters really snowing in New Zealand? Only in the South Island, and I guess in the Stewart Island, but no one even knows about that one. So if you are to look at the map of New Zealand, you can see two major distinct islands. I'm from the north, so I didn't really get snow unless I went into the ski mountains. Thank you, Secret. I appreciate the compliment. Hi, Clover. And then the South Island, especially the south of the South Island, rather than the north of the South Island. But the south of the South Island gets a lot of snow. So much so that you get snow days where you can't go to school because it's too snowy. I think that answers your question. It is blending in, isn't it? I think I need a light over here to kind of separate me from the brick wall, because it is all, especially like when I wear these reds and whatnot, it all just blends together. Plus my hair is being very messed up today. How's life in the UK? I'm really enjoying myself, actually, mainly because I left. So I went on a Europe trip, a week-long Euro trip just last week. Oh, that was unnecessary amount of words. But it was so nice being in such close proximity, and then just a 2-hour flight, and I got to come home. That being said, it was a beautiful sunny day, the flight that I had home, and I was on the window seat, and I was looking out the window, and as soon as we got to the UK, I was like, it's really flat here, isn't it? Don't really have the mountains to look at like I did previously, but home is home. Home is home. I went to Croatia. It was gorgeous. More Germany. Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, aber ich bin ein bisschen, oder ich habe ein bisschen Angst für Vocabulary. So, das ist, warum ich kann viel verstehen, aber nicht so viel sprechen. Aber ich müssen mehr üben und dann ist es okay. The best mountains there are in Scotland. I do love Scotland, don't get me wrong. I do genuinely enjoy Scotland, and it reminds me a lot of New Zealand, actually. This very harsh landscape, old volcanic, very rocky. Scotland's gorgeous. I will definitely be going back even this year. Only among the gum trees from Macmillan. That's cute. Really flat here? You know all about that. Amen, brother. Amen. In the jungle. There we go. You pick the south. All of our mountains are in the north. Exactly. And so the Midlands, I guess, they're not too bad, but it's definitely Scotland where it's at. Did you meet any crows in Croatia?
I'm doing my
That
part.
would have been a perfect opportunity to perfectly impersonate a crow's crackle. That's called a spoonerism, if you guys didn't know. A crow's cackle, where you accidentally say the letters the wrong way around. That was not meant to be a crow's crackle. Did you hear what happened to Ligma? 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 What's Ligma? Oh, I've never heard of this before. Tell me, what happened to Ligma? I have kinda Ahnung. Very nice. That's very cute, though. Just waiting for Clem to break out into so what's the deal with bricks? Exactly. I'm well, Night Warrior. I hope you're well as well. We look the same. Well, you must be a very attractive person. No, I'm kidding. I have been to Istanbul to answer your question, by the way, Iman, but only to the airport. I stopped in at the airport and I haven't left that, so I can't really claim it. So I don't know why I'm telling this story now, but I guess it is what it is. Smells like up dog in here. What's up dog? Yes, the murder of crows, exactly. No one went to Caucasia. That's like Armenia, right? The Caucasus. Are they even that white over there? I only have the Kardashians to have as my point of reference. On the edge of our seats, dying to learn about Ligma. Ligma balls! What happened to them? Well, you said what happened to Ligma? Are they okay? Are you in pain? I heard that it can get very painful if they have been struck. So I just hope everything's all right. Always doing well and great by seeing you complete my day every time. That's very cute. Thank you so much. Do you have everything with you set up there, or are you waiting for a few things? Well, my entire budget went into eating nice food, so no. Oh, and also in answer to your question of what games do I play, I don't freaking know. I talk more than I game. I was thinking of trying to get gaming back up this week, but my last couple days I looked at my setup, my single monitor, and I went, nope, not happening. I truly am a woman of privilege. I've lived the good life too long to go back to having a single monitor set up to play video games on. It probably would be fine, but I don't want it to be fine. I want it to be not frustrating and not me having to juggle a bunch of windows. So I'm not going to be playing any games until I get a second monitor, or at least a janky one. And then, like I said, I blew that budget. There's some sort of like correlation between blowing the budget and blowing a car tire. When I was on my Euro trip, we got a flat tire. Look, it was very embarrassing for my friend who was the driver at the time. It was very, very embarrassing. And so I won't share exactly what happened without her present. I'll let her spill the tea in the future as is. But truly, all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh. I've got the same mug as you. Well, you can't mean this one, because if you do, that means that you have somehow stumbled across 1 in 15 existing mugs in the entire world. And if you have one of those, then, oh boy, do I have words to have with the postal service. And if you've managed to steal it from someone else, well, I hope they're okay, because Turkey is very far away from any of the locations of where I sent these to. But nonetheless, you did say we were identical looking, so you must mean this mug. That was a really awkward way to point at my face, but chin chin. You did steal it? Lock him up, boys. We got our thief admission right here. Lock him up. Anywho, I think someone's got the same mug as you. Do you really think so? Where do you get that impression? Yo, Janek, how you going? Hi, Ronald. I have to work now for a bit. No stress. Thank you so much. Oh, and I will try and learn Estonian for next time I see you. That's my little promise to you. And if I break it, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Killer Grunt, what the frick?
Money's for the supreme fruit.
I wasn't begging for money. I'm so no. Oh no, you made me feel like I'm poor. Give me money. That wasn't the. Thank you, Killer Grant. That is so kind. Genuinely, that is very, very sweet. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I have no that I spent all my budget now. Oh, that is kind. Okay, let me put it this way. Yeah, now I can have 2 mugs. Thank you. Okay. I feel like I have to redeem myself. Thank you for the follow as well. Yeah, get me some sandwiches. It's so basically all of the accommodation I paid for my trip, and it was reasonably priced. I actually was very surprised. I guess, even over Easter weekend, I think Good Friday was the most expensive day, and it was also in a major city, so that was the most expensive, and it was okay. And then I had some troubles with the rental car. What was going to be a very inexpensive rental ended up becoming 5 times the price because the car rental company that I went with, they wanted me to give them a credit card. I don't have a credit card. I only have a debit card. And they said, nope, that won't be enough. Goodbye. So I lost like 67 pounds. So you know what? That $50 will be nice little recuperation for that. They told me to email to get a refund, and then they said, sorry, we can't refund. And I was like, bruh, your staff told me to email. Anyway, I'll deal with that. Nonetheless. All of that was fine. What I wasn't prepared for was the expenses accrued over time with food and whatnot. My friend's a very lavish girl. She likes to go have fun, fancy dinners and whatnot, and that costs money. So thank you for paying for like half a dinner, Killer Grunt, from my travels. Okay, make a funny joke. Let me think about this. You've asked a lot, so I will make a funny joke for you. People who don't know the difference between etymologists and entomologists, they just bug me in ways I cannot put into words. I cannot put it into words. It just bugs me. It truly does. That's my favorite joke of all time. That's my favorite joke. Ha! You know what? I'll take that, Casey. I'll take that. See, there's a difference between a good joke and a funny joke. So, like, I had to think about it. My deliberation was what's the delivery again? But we got there. Bugs are cute, though. This is true. Iman liked it. I'll take that as well, bruh. I got you. But to be fair, a lot of people also gave me a lot of what's the word I want to say? Commentary
I'm doing
on
my part.
my Murder of Crows video. I think I was even wearing this jumper in it, but some people that don't really know them. What's up with all these freaking bots? That's also a good point, Eric. You're a funny person. Well, thank you. Considering you're the one who asked for a funny joke, I do really appreciate that. Ronald, though, I don't condone having spams. So if you could lay off the spamming, it's really not that difficult. But if you could lay off the spam-a-lambs, then that would be great. Say 6'7". You're welcome. I was going to say 67, but I was hoping to have a little olive branch to you. But nonetheless. All right. So after all of that, I haven't learned a goddamn thing. All of this is really difficult while live. Goodbye, Freya. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Where are the people being demanding? I don't see them. Oh, it will be on the vertical, Cassidy. If you're on the horizontal, it shall be on the vertical. But thank you, Bird. I am hoping to get a second light eventually to help this out. But oh no, the sun's coming out. It's going to get all exposed. So what I am going to learn. Thank you, Ronald. That's actually very kind. I do really appreciate that. Hello, Ricky. This feels too formal. Well, you're in the correct company. I love a formality. Let's see what we can do, shall we? Crossbow already said that YouTube moderation is ass. But that's okay, because we need to learn it nonetheless. 2 lights might be too bougie. I don't even have 1 light. This light is literally my ceiling light. That's why it's got this yellowish glow to it. So the only lighting in this room right now is my skylight, so that I get incredibly variable lights depending on what the weather's doing. I have this yellow light, which is why it's lighter up here rather than down here. And then I have nothing else. So Elgato, hit me up, baby. I saw your portal was closed, but you know, I'm shooting my shot. Yeah, it does feel like a film because what they call it is, I guess, cinematic lighting, where you or dramatic lighting, where you just light up one side, and it does work, but it, like you say, it does look much more cinematic. What's your favorite song right now? I've been vibing Dire Straits at the moment because I just went on a road trip, and my go-to road trip song is Money for Nothing. Just the opening of that entire song, you start that while you're still like in park mode, and it just crescendos to a beautiful part where it just makes you feel ready for a road trip. So, considering I just came back from a road trip, Money for Nothing is a good one. Mark Knopfler is a guitar god. I didn't know that was the guitarist of Dire Straits, but I'm assuming, I'm inferring that that's who it is. Elgato, yes, exactly, the cat. Elgato is also a company that is known for a lot of streaming equipment. The thing that this wire is plugged into is from Elgato, actually. And your kicks for free, exactly right. Why is multi-streaming getting more popular? I'm seeing it more often recently. I think there's no reason not to multi-stream these days. It's broadening one's horizons, more exposure, as it were. The ruling around multi-streaming has relaxed a lot on Twitch, and so especially if you're mainly a Twitch user, you're probably seeing more multi-streaming. And on top of that, it's easier now than ever. A lot of plugins are on OBS or Streamlabs itself. Oh, Streamlabs, yeah, that's what they call it. Streamlabs itself. And so it's literally just a button or two rather than trying to funnel it through several programs just to have multi-streaming. And so that's why I picked up on it. It's really simple now. That being said, I have never felt more inspired to do a tech tutorial. I'm not a techie, but god damn, I had to follow so many people's different types of tutorials just to get it to a point that I like. And so I think I will consider, which means it will probably never be done, a way to streamline how I have a very simple setup, because it's all I need. Thank you, Ronald. That's really kind for subscribing. Yeah, setting up the stuff for streaming is a little confusing. Once it's done, the setup is the headache. Once it's done, then you can just hit start and return to your setup over and over and over again. But the initial part is such a headache. You can also watch more than one on the same stream this way if you're on desktop and have two phones. I do not have two phones, but one could. There's no monitoring list. Chatter history is limited. Twitch flags ban evaders. You can write mod comments on chatter on Twitch, etc. Cheers, Crossbow. Hi, Boba. Good to see you. I need to fix my setup. Not that I like the idea of streaming, maybe gaming. Yeah, I mean, you can always give it a go. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to continue, no? I need to find that OBS tutorial to set up my face in the corner for gaming. Yeah, for me, it will just be about getting multi-stream and chat. Actually, not so much multi-stream even, but just multi-chat. That's the one that I struggled with. Welcome back. Twitch does have a lot more functionality than most other places. Exactly. But the thing is that it's not like YouTube streaming has not been around for a while. You would think that they'd have better tools by now, especially when they spent so much money on streamer contracts a while back just to bring them over. You'd think that that'd make it easier, and they just did not. Hi, Amelia. How you going today? I am just trying to see. I can see timeouts. So basically, you guys are distracting me, which is great. It's good to see you guys. Hi, Alan. It's a nice wall. Some nostalgia. I wonder where the nostalgia is coming from. But you guys are distracting me. So I need to learn how to just simply, actually, Crossbow, if you're still kind of listening, because feel free to just flit in and out, of course. I can see like timeouts and deletes very easily, but what I am struggling to see is a very easy like just delete message. Just singular message. Is that something that is available somewhat without having to click on a million things? She wants distracts. I won't distract. Thank you. That is kind. You distract us with your beauty. Stop. You guys have been so complimentary. Do you know what's so funny? I'm going to give you a little insight into women's brains and maybe other people's brains, but at least my brain. You know what? I was generalizing, but I'll give you insight into my brain and maybe other people will relate. Is I feel like anytime I get complimented specifically on my hair, it seems to be when I think it's a mess. It seems to feel like when I really hate what it looks like on the day. And I think that a lot of women, or rather long-haired individuals, will relate to that. Where I'm like, it needs a wash. What's going on down here? It's looking all ratty. It's flat on my head. And then people are like, wow, your hair. I'm like, thanks. So I have gotten better at just accepting rather than trying to be like, no, it's gross, I say, as I dedicate an entire rant to this whole fact. But anyway, thank you. It is true, says Humansplaining. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me then. Imani's a menace, but we all have our quirks. She also distracts us with her voice because it's so soothing. Well, that's kind. You guys are being so nice. I don't. Usually I'm used to the heckling. The heckles. Where are the heckles? It sounds like a dying cat. Thanks, guys. That bit of grease the day after the wash is top tier. Yes, but several days after the wash, I'm not so convinced. Really long grey hair can relate. Ooh. I do like the idea of long grey. That will be fun. You smell. Thank you. Oh, finally, some sense of normalcy. Oh, thank you, Cassidy. Okay, the heckles you left in Australia. Yes, but this is peak Australia time. Well, I suppose maybe they're coming home from work or something. But it is like, if I'm going to get heckled by the Australians, it would be now because they're literally like having their dinner and whatnot. Oh, that's what it is. They're busy eating. They can't type on the keyboard. Earn that color through age. Ooh. So it's like an achievement unlocked. Well, hopefully I will get the grey. Well, you know what, Alan? Is at least, I shouldn't say at least. Nonetheless, but you got the achievement unlocked of the grey rather than the achievement unlocked of the no hair. So I'm home from work and work from home. Oh, that's cute. I like that. But yeah, in Australia as well. Australia isn't real. We almost foiled you. We almost got you. Here we were trying to create a whole narrative, but foiled again. Okay, so you know what? I won't worry about the moderating until the first ad break. That is something that I've noticed that I need to add on my setup. Is here on the PC, I don't get a very obvious like. The ads are incoming. I also don't think you know what? Something that I don't know is whether or not there are ads on my live stream on YouTube because I'm not monetized. # subscribe. It doesn't matter if you subscribe, really. I don't have enough watch hours, so. But you know what? If you wanna come back and hang, we do a lot of just chatting. You can also hang out on Twitch. I don't know how to plug these things. Anyway, so the point is that when the ads turn up on Twitch, I wonder if there are ads on YouTube. And if there are no ads on YouTube, then that would make sense. But if there are ads on YouTube, then they should not be profiting off me. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. That's just like, although I guess I am using a free service. Pish posh. I can complain anyway. You don't think there are on YouTube? That's good. Well, until there probably won't be ads on YouTube until because we're manifesting. I get the YouTube partnership program. Is it true that Australia has a lot of spiders? They do indeed have a lot of spiders, but you probably won't see any if you go to Australia. The thing is that they, if you're a tourist, you're in very built up areas where you won't really have the spiders crawl into your house. If you live out in the bush, or the outback, then they're much more likely to make an appearance. I found that a lot of the spiders I saw, they like to frequent in sheds or like the wood piles, for example. However, the spiders, I mean, sometimes they'll be in your shoe, but it's like, it's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be. The only thing that is scary is that we have, or rather Australia has, so many of the most venomous spiders in the world. And also snakes. But again, you're much more likely to see a spider than a snake. And even then, it's kind of like, Yo, how you going, Stark? And what was this? Beard is going grey, hair is starting to sin, and analysis must confess it's partially missing. Shh, secrets. Have you ever thought you've seen a bug, but it's a little smudge or something? All the time. All the goddamn time. Especially when you're watching someone else's content as well. And you're like, oh, what is that on there? Oh, that's on my screen. Awkward. 3 a.m. in central US. Damn. Well, thank you for spending your night with me. No ads on YouTube. Brilliant. Thanks for the heads up as well. That's good info to have. Cassidy said, I want to share if I may. Right before I woke up on the 6th, I had a good dream. Long story short, I had just watched Lord of the Rings with a woman I recently met. 2 others were there too. I quoted from The Hobbit, then I apologized for being super nerdy. She quoted The Silmarillion and then kissed me. That's such a cute dream. Aww. Well, thank you for sharing. I feel happy now, but I can't imagine why you would have woke up happy. I live in Australia. Spiders are everywhere. Same with the snakes. Stuart, you're doing bad rep for the Aussies, okay? Yeah, but the spiders are everywhere, exactly. That's the thing, is a lot of the spiders are indeed all over the world, but why Australia gets such a bad rep, with the snakes as well, is because of how many venomous, how many of the most venomous snakes there are there. I've been bitten by a redback. Ooh, ouch. Nearly got bitten by a snake. I have never been bitten by any spider, luckily, but, it's just part and parcel. The thing is, I would much rather come across a spider in my house than a bear on my walk. Like, people act like that's so casual. They're like, oh yeah, that's just a bear when I went hiking. What? There was a bear when you went hiking? Yeah, it's just normal. Oh yeah, and the what do you guys call them? The coyotes. That's just like, that's just the coyotes at night. Excuse me? Sorry? No, give me a spider any day. Thank you very much. The snakes, I understand being afraid of them, though. That one I get. That one can be a little more scary. I get it. Do you think a spider has ever chilled in your belly button? I don't think so, but I guess it would be possible. How are you, says Lewis. I'm well, thank you for asking. How are you? It gets me when I fly to Australia, they have snakes and spiders that can kill you, yet customs moan about dirt on your shoes. Yes, that's because the dirt can kill an entire ecological system, Mark. That's because the bugs that you cannot see with the naked eye can crawl in through all of the dirt and kill an entire system, Mark. That's why they are worried about the dirt. It's happened in New Zealand. Kauri trees, hundreds and hundreds of years old, dying because of dirt. They're very, very fragile little islands over there. Big islands, I should say. Large, very large. But the dirt, the unseen, the unknown, that's what we must fear. Whereas a snake, Australia's got the best anti-venom in the world. That's just what happens when you have snakes and spiders and things that bite you. It's no big deal. And just like how one would learn how to deal with a bear if you see one on a hike, Australians learn how to deal with snake bites or spider bites. It's just part of your education. And if you didn't learn it, well, then you're fucked. Anyway, don't bring dirt to Australia, thank you. I cultivated spiders. They really helped out with a carpet moth. See, I had carpet moths, and now moths, they disgust me. They truly, truly do. I'm so sorry to hear that you had carpet moths, because I truly do know the pain and the trauma. However, I'm glad that your spiders helped out. I just replaced my entire carpet. That's how I dealt with my carpet moths. And then there were no more moths. Isn't that disgusting? Isn't that disgusting that as soon as the carpet as soon as the carpet was replaced, there were no more moths? Doesn't that just indicate how many larvae were in the carpet? I have a lot of trauma on this, okay? I don't like moths. I really do not like moths. Anywho. So, is Vegemite a bug? No, it's a feature. No, it's not even about climate change. It's about just killing the climate. Moths are people too. No! Exterminate them all. Actually, don't exterminate them all. Then that would have other ones. Most people think they could take a bear IRL. Maybe one of the little ones. Oh, like a cub. You just pick it up and you run away. I could take a bear too. I know that's not what you meant, but that's what it sounded like. Foxes as well. Good point, Tyrell. Glenn's lying about the spiders and snakes. I had to fight Sheila and Yogmander just to get into my house. Yeah, but there's only like one of them. And then they sleep and then they wake up again and the next unlucky Aussie has to fight them, okay? If Pokemon is real, it would be based in Australia. I choose you, Huntsman Spider. Australia, bad rap. What with all the British criminals? Exactly. Yeah, Australia is super safe apart from the Australians. That's the one. Okay. I'm in the UK just to supply context. I'm in the UK too now. If that was confusing with all of our talk about Australia, I am in the UK as well. I sweat and had night terrors for 3 days while my body detoxed from the spider bit. Frick. Okay, so yeah, that took that long. I watched Monkey Magic on the couch, just sweating out my legs. Damn, son. Well, I'm glad that you came back from that. See, people pay for that. People pay for that experience. They go find their local dealer and they get something, and probably it would be a bad trip with your experience, but they still paid for it. So next time you get a trippy spider experience and you're like, man, I really wish it would just kill me by now. Remember, some people pay for that experience. Don't take drugs, kids. Don't take drugs. Okay. Snakes don't scare me. Nice, Kirsty, nice. Every year, California burns to the ground because Australia sent the eucalyptus trees and the environment can't handle them. Yeah, South Africa has issues with the eucalypts as well. I'm the only one here. Hi. Hello from Sweden. Hey. I once had a moth fly into my mouth. I once had a moth fly into my mouth, running into my house. I feel sick. I actually feel sick. Ooh. Okay, all I heard was Vegemite and feet. Now something just unlocked in me. It's like the peanut butter. Okay, I don't know if anyone will know this. 100 men or one gorilla? I know this was a meme, but now I'm actually genuinely considering it. 100 men, because I choose to believe that not all men are violent and they would be really kind, and I could sit there and listen to their experiences and maybe learn a thing or two. Did I do the politically correct pageant answer? Did I do it? Did I do good? Hi David from Canada. Welcome on in. It's good to have you here. At least with the bear, you can see the bastard coming. As for a king brown snake that you may not see, true. That is true. We just accidentally step on it. My belief with the snakes is that you're probably making enough noise for it to slither away anyway. So with snakes, you just have to be more aware on a particularly hot day. Why do you hate emo butterflies? Because they lived in my carpet, okay? That is why. I think that is a perfectly valid experience to make me hate moths, all right? Specifically, carpet moths. In Africa, mothworms are a staple food. Maybe that's where I should move, because then I can, like, the equivalent. I was literally gonna say, then I can dab on my enemies, and I was like, do people say that anymore? Is that a thing? Dabbing on my enemies? You know what? I'm gonna claim it. I'll move to Africa, eat the larvae just so I can dab on my enemies. I'll eyeball the moths and I'll have a lamp beside me at the same time. And I'm like, you love lamp? I was going to say lamprey, but that doesn't work. Thank you for distracting me with the subscription.
Me and my new puppy are watching you.
New puppy! You have to share a photo, please! I can't believe you have a new puppy! Enjoy your puppy. Give them lots of scratches. That sounds great. Yeah, media train, that's the one. Yeah, it was a media train answer. He keeps spamming. Yeah, he kind of comes in and out. Unless he's spamming in a way that I'm unfamiliar with. I can time them out if that works. Goat moths are best moths. I will look them up. In Australia, if you order lemonade, you get Sprite. Want to address these allegations? Do you actually get a Sprite when you order a lemonade? One lemonade, please. I'm wondering if you'd get a solo. Australians, back me up. If I were to say, hey, can I have a lemonade? I feel as if maybe... No, I think you're right. It probably would be a Sprite. After more deliberation, I think you are correct. It would more likely be a Sprite. Why is it carbonated? That's all they know. Australians, I have bad news for me. And New Zealanders, you'll know this too. I was recovering from a week-long trip, and some of it was a lot of alcohol, and I wanted to detox a little bit. And I went, you know what? I kind of want to go get just a lemon, lime, and bitters. They don't have them here. They don't do a lemon, lime, and bitters. I don't... But what am I to drink if I am not drinking alcohol? What do I do? No LLBs! What do I do? How do what? I don't... Alan, do you know what I'm talking about when I say a lemon, lime, and bitters? Because what I will say is that over in South Africa, for those who are new, I did a little trip to South Africa. They don't have LLBs, but they do have a rock shandy, which is pretty much the same thing. It is somewhat identical. But that's what they call it, a rock shandy. Because I was like, what's a rock shandy? Well, after explanation, it's a lemon, lime, and bitters. But yes, I looked it up, Toke, and apparently it's invented in Australia. That one I won't give the New Zealanders. It does say place of origin, Australia. I'll give you guys that one. I just wanted a lemon, lime, and bitters, you know? Oh, I could look up Bundaberg and Schweppes. That's a good point. It's such a good drink, isn't it? So basically, it's kind of like a Sprite, but with I can never say the word bitters on top. It is the bomb, isn't it, Stuart? My goodness, what a dedicated girl. How did you know? Hi, Frosted Cupcake. Hi, Dubby Step. Yes, I do love my bricks indeed. What's the name of the Australian team that was on the news for a party he threw? Oh, yes, with the sunglasses. I can't tell you his name, but I have the face. I have the aesthetic. I'm sure someone will know. Hi, Adrian. I'm from South Sudan. That's so cool. Violence is subjective, at rare times necessary. Whew, so wise. So wise. Don't touch spiders. Great one. Yes, my UK move is indefinite is the word that I'm using. That's the one. We should force all the woke people to eat roaches like they preach. Well, I wouldn't just limit that to just the quote-unquote woke people. Maybe just preachy people in general, you know? I'm an Australian bartender. Sprite and lemonade are synonymous. Thank you. Thank you for your expertise on this matter. So yes, Sprite is synonymous with lemonade over in Australia and New Zealand. Thank you, Ninja, for the photo. I'll look at it afterwards. Yeah, golden retriever, poodle, groodle. There we go. Sprite is close enough. Except in America, lemonade's not carbonated. It's like squeezed orange juice in a way, and a lot of sugar. It's actually very good. I do like it in American lemonade. And that's why so many people have lemonade at home, because it is... If you just like squeeze a lemon, or probably several lemons, because you won't get much with a singular lemon, and then have like 1 part lemon, 2 parts sugar. That's lemonade, so not carbonated. Hard solo for getting drunk for sure. It's pretty tasty. I'll give them that. British pubs should have lemonade, lime cordial, and bitters available to mix the drink. Yes, but then I have to explain what it is, Ray. Oh, then I have to make more conversation. Ugh. You are 4K? I shouldn't be. Corey Worthington. There it is. Not Chris, but Corey. Thank you, Tokism. Corey Worthington was the party goer. You're making me want an LLB. That's because they're tasty. So lemon, lime, and bitters, Alan, is, yeah, it's like... It's lemon cordial, lime cordial, and then soda, and then bitters on top. It's very tasty. Very, very tasty. A glass of lemonade with about 30 mils of lime cordial. There we go. So Sprite, essentially, lime cordial, and bitters. Thank you, human splaining, especially, again, with your expertise. Your video is a bit blurry. Can you adjust the camera? No. Vodka, if you want the alcohol version, exactly right. And then US lemonade is just lemon sugar water. They still want it tasty. Want lemon puff biscuits? That actually sounds really tasty. I don't know what they are, but I do want them. Bartenders just learn what you mean. Literally, it's just ignorance and laziness. Aussies can't even make lemonade properly. Yeah, that's because they don't call it lemonade. They just have Sprite. Should I buy Surin that costs 5.5k? Yes. No. Wait. Ah! I don't know what a Suron is, and I don't know what currency you're using. Because if you're using a currency like, I was going to say, like in Iran, because that's very current events at the moment. That's not a lot of money. But anyway, moving swiftly along. I need more details. If you just want a yes or no, I said yes first. So, whoops. USA lemonade, what I put on my fish. Yeah, but with sugar as well. Lemon, lime, and bitters originated in Australia around 1880s as a non-alcoholic, low-alcohol refreshment, often considered a national drink. It evolved from colonial-era habits, combining Angostura bitters, a medicinal tonic invented in 1824 Venezuela with lemon lime soda and lemon cordial to create a popular cocktail-style mocktail. Delicious. Not very good bartenders if they can afford to turn an order away. Boast. I'm a bartender in the US and I have to try that. There you go. So lemon, lime, bitters. If you look that up, you'll get a recipe online, I'm sure. Hi, Mongoose. As a UK bartender, give us credit. It's also pettiness. You're not wrong with the British. I'm a first subscriber. Answer me. No. Oh, it's an e-bike. Oh, if it's an e-bike, yes. I think that sounds like a great idea. A dirt bike? Yeah. That sounds like fun. As long as you have a place that you can ride it. And I would say carve out time in your schedule, because you'll find that if you buy it, some of the regret can come from being like, ugh, I never have a chance to ride it. If you are not carving out time in your schedule to ride it, that's a you thing. So maybe like every single Saturday morning, you get an hour, maybe just half an hour. And as long as you have that, you will always have that. And that can be like a little meditative thing for you as well. No devices, just you and your bike. I love it. I think it sounds like a really fun idea. I don't know how much money you make, but as long as you are not out, putting yourself into debt for it. It does sound like a lot of fun. It's not a lot of money, it's electric. What, are you rich or something? Heck no, I'm going to buy it for my birthday. Yes, yeah. No, I said 5K is not a lot of money if it's in a certain dollar. But for me, that is a lot of money. For Australian dollar, for American dollar, for British pound, all of those, yes, that is a lot of money. But that's why I was like, I know we have people from many, many places in the world, and they don't all hold the same value. So just, that's why I thought I'd double check. Euro, that would be expensive. But for your birthday, hell yeah. I think that you already know your answer. Bartender's not on here and missing out. Yeah, we're a very educational stream. Who's that smiling behind you? I refuse to turn around because that would be terrifying, and I don't want to see what it is. I'd rather live in blissful ignorance of not knowing the monster behind me. Isn't bitters in the US just their in-laws? Bada-bum. Okay. I need to learn YouTube moderation. I think there's probably an ad break on Twitch, so now's a good time to do it. Does US have a equivalent basic mocktail? I've only been to America like 10 years ago, so not one that I can think of. He's right behind me, isn't it? Just don't look. Just don't look. If you don't look, he's not there. It's fine. Just don't look. He's not there. Okay, so I go here. And hopefully I don't blast my own eardrums. I see these things. I can... Okay, cool. I am muted. I can... Okay, let's see. Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. Ooh! That would be cheeky. I can hide a user on the channel so they're like shadow banned. I can add as a moderator. If I just remove this, does that... Okay, so I can remove single messages on my whatchamacallit? I don't know what it's called. My dashboard, I guess. But the multi-chat that I use, I don't seem to see an immediate way to just delete single messages. Please me? Oh, you, as in like you want me to use you as a guinea pig? Okay. There you go. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, well. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. What happened? What'd I do? Thank you, Z-Mama. Okay, no. I thought that I banned you, Iman. I don't think you have done anything to warrant a full ban. So why him? But I think you're all right. You're all right. It was just a singular timeout. Did that delete everything else? Yes. Okay, so I can time out for 1 second to delete past messages in a pinch. This is on my multi-chat, but I just don't have a way to delete singular messages, so that's something that I will have to learn. Maybe I can learn that off stream. So cruel. Hey, look, a YouTube moderator. They exist. Don't make him moderator. I'll think about it. They are my first subscriber after all, so like that comes with privileges, right? I don't think it did on screen. Okay, hold on. You know what? It doesn't matter. These are things that we are learning over time, all right? I gave up drinking for 7 years, so I was always a designated driver. And at our local club, the bar staff would make me a non-alcoholic cocktail and charge me cost price. Oh, that's actually really sweet. They knew me too well that they would start making me a drink as I walked in and hardly ever charge me for it. That's beautiful. That shows actual community as well. I think that sometimes we can get into this, fast-paced, not communicative manner. Actually, that was something that I noticed when I got back to the UK, and I'm not saying this is exclusive to the UK. This is not a slight on the Brits whatsoever. This is actually a slight on franchised companies, I suppose. And so what happened is I was at a Subway, and in where I'm used to buying Subway in Australia and New Zealand, they don't have the screens where you can just tap on your order. You just say, hey, I want this and this and this and this. Whereas this Subway was much more like what I've seen in McDonald's, where you have the menu and a touch screen, and you can place your order all without interacting with a single human being, right? And so the thing that happened was I came back from my road trip and I saw all of these people at the McDonald's and at the Subway just tapping away on their order, and I just felt so much like I was in a dystopia. It was such an not an assault. It was a somewhat confrontational, where I was like, ugh. This is actually really gross, not interacting with people. And people who are, like, I know that a lot of people are very shy. I know that some of you guys might struggle as well with chatting away to people. But I don't think that having a touch screen is helping overcome that anxiety. I actually do think that some people might be like, oh, it's so nice not having to chat to a cashier or a checkout individual, and it just felt like we are like these companies are trying to not have us interact. I do get that it's from their perspective a cost-saving thing, where they don't have to pay a wage if they have a touch screen or order or self-checkout, etc. But at what cost? The cost of avoidance, conflict avoidance. I just felt a little bit bleak. Go to Japan, it's all robots. Well, no wonder they're struggling with a lonely epidemic and low birth rates over there then, you know? It's just, I feel like it doesn't help our case. And like I said, I totally get it. Sometimes you just don't want to have that interaction with someone. But if that is consistent, that is now avoidant, and we aren't going to be able to practice just saying, like, how your day is. How's your day going? How are you? You know? At least we have real people in our restaurants for sure. Yes, we should be on YouTube twice. I did check it, see Mama, but have a look. Yeah, it's not first world privileges, it's first sub privileges. I have to get out of bed and hit the PC instead of hit the bed and get the PC or whatever. I like this live. It feels great. Thank you, Ronald. Actually, I just realized it's Ronaldo and Messi. My bad. I have just been reading the Ronald, but I have now read your entire username, and I stand corrected. I hope that you enjoy watching your football. Avoidance is not overcoming something. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't help us face our fears, as it were. We are in a hell of our own making. No, actually, I disagree with this. I do think that companies and governments and other people make us think that it is our own fault. But when you have a system that is actively working against you, then it does become a little bit harder to be like, it's just me. Like, it's not our fault that the Subway has clicky buttons now instead of just chatting to your sandwich maker. That's not our fault. That's Subway's fault. We can hold other larger conglomerates accountable as well, you know? It's like environmentalism. We're made to believe it is our fault that we are putting a metal cap of a bottle in the wrong place. Is it recyclable? Is it rubbish? It varies from city to city or even municipality, and it is not on us when we're not the ones who are dumping millions of emissions into the world. And if you are doing that, like, as an individual, like maybe cut down on the beans, okay? I'm thinking that you've got too heavy a bean diet. I just feel like just chill on the beans, all right? It's okay. There's a lot of other great foods out there. Anyway, that was just my little rant. If I know you, I'll talk to you about. If not, leave me the fuck alone. But that's the thing, is like it's a service, like hospitality and service jobs. That is their job. Just like, have that little interaction, just a little tit for tat. 2 notifications on YouTube. Perfect. It is pretty cool, isn't it? I think it's cool. I thought New Zealand pub culture was just in the rural areas in town. For this is romanticizing the pub culture in UK. New Zealand does have a pub culture, but it's also so expensive. And there's not much in public transport for after a few. Also, the pubs in the North UK seem like a Cheers vibe. I have a local pub where a whole bunch of people have just become mates. You can tell because they're just like their little congregation, and they just turn up at the pub, and then sometimes only 2 of them are there, and sometimes 10 of them are there. It's really cool. So yeah, even in the south, it's there. Don't blink. I'm almost finished. Oh, sorry. If I had seen that earlier, then I wouldn't have blinked. But nonetheless, hi, Darth Grader. I'm well. I hope you're well. Oh my god, I was gonna say PCs, but typing here doesn't seem good. You're right. Post-growth economy? I don't know what that is, but maybe. Not the consumer's responsibility. I mean, we can still do stuff, power in numbers, people. But when we're made to believe it is on the individual instead of these big companies, then it's a whole nother thing. Yeah, the rich people decide what we prefer. They convince many of us we actually do. Tell John Kelly. Who the frick is John Kelly? Where is this? I fly my private jets, though. Silly Billy. The rich people decide where was this John thing? I missed. Oh, there we go. Tell John Kerry to stop flying private jets around the world. I will once I learn who John Kerry is. Hi, Ank, how you going? Is this a comedy show? If you're laughing, yes. If you're not laughing, it's a coincidence that I am in front of a brick wall. Public transport isn't needed if you can walk home. Exactly. 15-minute cities. Get on the beers! Yes, I like my beers, but not so much British beers. I'm still finding my British beer. But I'll get there. Over here, they were like, oh, we're going to do trash splitting. Okay, not familiar with that term. I was like, okay, nice. I can get behind that. Then they removed all the trash containers and put some split trash collectors like 4 times further away. I'm not carrying 5 different bags of trash that far. Yes, and that's the thing is I actually do think people will recycle better if it is easy and convenient. And so, for example, having a convenient collection and a frequent collection rather than just like tiny little bins that you fill up within a day, and then it's like, well, your bin collection's not for another 2 weeks. Anyhows, yes, Iman, leave Ronaldo alone. Do you not know how impressive they are with their football? I know I sound sarcastic, Ronaldo, but I will do something about it if they keep on messaging you. The thing is that on my end, I can't see them spamming anymore. So if they're doing something to you specifically, let me know and I'll deal with it. I just can't see it on my end. I went out in Oslo recently. A 330ml bottle of Heineken was about £15. Bruh. What? Raiders! Hello! Welcome! Oh, look at all these bricks! Oh, it's a relief! I love that you catered it to the stream. That's so sweet. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hi, Blur Bliss. What a name. Hi, Hi, Blur. How you going? Thank you, mods, for the shout out as well. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Don't feel like you had to stick around if you need a raid and run. But thank you so much for the catered message. That is very sweet. All them bricks. That is very cute. If someone could let us know what Blur was up to today, that would be great. Were they from Omicron Percy I8? I don't know, but I just heard something in how I said Blur made me think of Futurama. I am Blur from Omicron Percy I8. Sorry. Anyhow, hi Raiders. My name is Clementine. You can call me Clem. I'm a just chatting streamer and recently dabbling into stand-up comedy because I've moved to the UK and I have been what's the word? Not so much banned, but you know, like you can stand over there. Ushered. What's the I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I'm
doing my part.
My base of blacklisted. My base of operation is up here in the attic, hence the brick wall. I love my brick wall. It makes me feel very feel very Anyhow, as you can see, the stand-up comedy is going great for me. I'm doing really well. My mother's going to be so proud. She's going to be so proud. I'm a just chatting streamer first and foremost. I liken my content to catching up with a friend over a cup of coffee. You never know what you're going to talk about. Maybe one day you'll solve the problems of the world, which we were starting to do when it came to environmentalism just moments before. Other times you might just talk about the latest movie. Today, we're talking about feeling brickwalled. Shunned is a good word, but how dare you remind me that that is what has happened. G'day from Australia. Nice to have you here. Lower streaming, sweating in League. You're a League of, like, because when I hear League, I think Rocket League or I think League of Legends. And I have opinions on one more than the other. What in the Chick-fil-A dipping sauce is going on here? Well, I ask myself that every single time I go live, but nonetheless. You're a bit cute. Thank you, Boots. You're a bit cute too. Thank you for the follows as well, guys. Anyway, welcome. I just wanted to catch up something. The one time I got drunk in a small town was Pattaya. I attempted to walk back when where we were staying 15 minutes down the completely straight road and still managed to need a lift, you poor thing. What's the best Aussie and New Zealand beers? So Australia has a huge craft beer industry. And so genuinely, I love just going into not only a brewery, but also a supermarket and just getting a beer that I've never heard about. So I can't tell you what I think the best Australian beer is because of how lucky we are in Australia to get, just have great beers. And another beautiful thing is you go into a pub or whatever, you'll have your stock standards, the ones that are exported all around the country, but I always ask for whatever the local brewery is, whatever is named after the establishment that I'm in. I always get that one and it's always good. So I love the craft beers. New Zealand, however, I actually moved, so I am a New Zealander, but I moved to Australia as an 18-year-old. So my knowledge on New Zealand beers and wines and alcohols is very limited because my entire adult life was spent in Australia until now that I'm in UK. And so I can tell you the New Zealand beers that are mass produced is the word I was looking for. But I can't tell you what the good ones are because I just haven't had enough time to be able to sip away on them and figure out what's what. So not an Australian, New Zealander, but spent a lot of time in Australia and now I'm in the UK. Hopefully that answered your question. So yes, I am from New Zealand indeed. Hi everyone. It's good to have you here. Yeah, go do your thing, Blur. Thank you so much for the raid, genuinely. Every place you go, there's a really familiar beer that all the foreigners love, but all the locals despise, exactly. So a lot of people might know the Foster's beer that is known as the Australian beer. I tried to find a Foster's beer in Australia because no one drinks it in Australia. It is so difficult to find. It is basically a pure import. So I can see Foster's super easily just at my local supermarket now that I'm in the UK. But in Australia, it is genuinely difficult to find a Foster's beer, despite that being known as the Australian beer. No one drinks it. No one drinks it. I don't know where to find it. The first time I really easily found a Foster's beer was in the UK. Yes, I feel very things. VB, yeah, VB is the Melbourne one. What else is there for there's Great Northern is from the north. I don't mind a Great Northern. 4X. James Squire is very good. James Squire I really like from New South Wales, but there's another New South Wales one that is escaping me. But nonetheless, what does this title mean? Well, clearly that there's lots of bricks and no other double entendre. Yeah, we don't know how lucky we are quite. Hi, Gas. Good to see you. Good to go. New Zealand beer is pernicious weed. Very tasty. Okay. Good go-to, rather. Is there a place to go in Australia that doesn't have insane bugs? Yeah, just any city. If you go to Melbourne, if you go to Sydney, you will not see the insane bugs. If you are a tourist in Australia, you will not see the insane bugs because these cities are far too built up to be able to just come across these gigantic spiders. Yeah, that's why we asked Boba for the New Zealand beers, exactly. I'm glad I could provide some info though. Yeah, all about that bricked up life, that's the one. Experienced any culture shocks in UK? No, definitely not. The only culture shock that I experienced was literally this week when I realized that they don't have a non-alcoholic drink available in their pubs, and that's not really a culture shock, that's just a gasp. So no culture shock. Australia, New Zealand, UK, all very, very, very similar, which is why it makes it so easy to assimilate over here. Tuis or tuis? Well, I am like tui is like my favorite bird. So although I don't like the taste of a tui, I'm partial to a tui. Foster's in every gas station in the US. No one buys it there either. I had a VP in Japan. It was shit. 10 out of 10 would drink again, and that is exactly the way. Great Northern is WA. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you. The Northern Highway. Thanks for the info. Where on earth is Clement San Diego? That's so cute. Just back in the UK today. Just stay out of the outback, exactly, and you won't get the bugs. Good to know. I was trying to convince some buddies to travel there with me. They said no bugs. Exactly. You don't have to worry. Oh, thank you. There's the pernicious weed. Thank you. You don't have to worry about the spiders if you are just a tourist. It's just if you go on hikes that you might be aware of them. But I can almost guarantee that you will make more noise there that will just make the snakes, for example, slither away. And on top of that, just keep out if it's a sunny day. And particularly a warm sunny day, that's when you're more likely to have snakes wanting to bathe in the sun. But if it's a cold day, just stomp your feet, make a lot of noise. The snakes will slither away if you're hiking. If you're not a hiker, then you do not have to worry about the bugs and the snakes, really. Anything at the beach? Nah. So at the Opera House, if you want to go see the Sydney Opera House, you're not going to see a single bug. Nope. You'll see bin chickens. You have to worry about the birds more so. I thought the brick wall was a green screen. No, this is tough. No green screen there. I have thought about getting a green screen though, because I don't really have much space, but I'll worry about that later. I have a huntsman hanging out over my front door for the past week. We're on a first name basis. His name is Hunter. That's so cute. I love him. Great choices all round. That's so cute. I'm glad. Yes, I am in England, Tom. You are correct on that one. Brick Lane, that's cute. Oh, I do like Brick Lane for here. Yes, welcome to Brick Lane. Then I won't have to try and make funny jokes because it's not a comedy club. I've never been itten. I've never been bitten by a spider. No, I've not been bitten myself. And so I've not had to worry about any of those things. But anti-venom in Australia is world class. I think it's literally the best in the world. So if I were to be bitten, I'll just rush myself to emergency. I'd probably not wait for an ambulance. I'd probably just go. Have you ever encountered the dangerous drop bit? Luckily, I haven't, but I will admit that it is one of the reasons that I've left. I'd lived in Australia for 10 whole years, and I was like, I'm really, really counting myself lucky that I've yet to encounter one. And so it just felt like the appropriate thing to do was to leave, you know? Hey, Lexington with the 50 months! Also, Kate, hi. Good to see you. I like your name. A man of many words. A stoic indeed. Hello. Thank you. Appreciated. I'm not bricked up. Gingers don't really do it for me. Well, that's good. That means that we can just hang out and have a conversation rather than, it being about sexualizing me just because I have red hair. That sounds great. Welcome on in. My name's Clem. And you are? Kiwi living in England only talking about Australia. I know, it's so ridiculous. But that's the thing is people always say, I guess because I have Australia in my Twitch tags as well, so it doesn't really count on YouTube. But a lot of people will confuse us. I don't want to make assumptions, Tom, but I do wonder if you're from New Zealand as well. If you said that you're from New Zealand and I missed the message, then I do apologize. But you know how it is. Us Kiwis, we always get lumped in with the Aussies. You don't have to worry about spiders if you're a tourist. Exactly. They're trained to only attack the old criminals and their descendants. That's cute. Is it true the UK can't say bottle of water? No, it just depends on where you are from. So the bottle of water that you're talking about is just a particular dialect. I actually don't know where it's from, but I'm down south, so everyone's quite proper, and they would say, yeah, a bottle of water. Like, it's fine. You've been to East London? I actually haven't been to East London now that I think about it. I've just been to the touristy spots in London. Oh, thank you. Content currently unavailable. Yes, go to bed. It's been such a pleasure. I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for taking a chance on the channel. Enjoy your sleep, and if we see you in the future, we'll say hi again. Bye. Good night.
I'm doing my part.
Great. 50 months, holy shit! Whitechapel? No, I don't know Whitechapel then. Yeah, a man of few words. Come on, Exclamputer, you can do it! You can do it! The redhead sexualization is so real, fellow redhead here. Yeah. Yeah. It's not Auntie Kate, is it, by the way? Anyway, the summer camp, hi. It is a thing, and we have called people out, but I am aware that it is my existence, and it's just how we deal with it. Nonetheless, have you been to any footy games? Not yet, but I do plan to. I feel like it is a rite of passage, you know. Cockney, bottle of water. Yeah, it feels north, maybe. Another 6 months, sorry. It could be New Zealand, Oz, UK, and Germany in the tabs. Ooh, yeah. If I go spend some more time over there, perhaps. We'll see. You lived in Australia for 10 years and you're what, 17? Yes, exactly right. And so I got onto the beers nice and early. I've been drinking the alcohol since, what's the math? 7, yeah. It's been a while. But thank you, yes. You're living in Surrey? No, I'm even further out, much further out. Much, much, much further southwest. Like 90 more minutes. What was your guess, C Mama? Let me have a look. Oh, for the bottle of water. I suspect, being a Friday, that some of our Brits may have gone to work now. You're speaking English? I am. Have you ever visited? Do you know what's so funny, Ron? I have visited Cockermouth. I genuinely have. It was a complete. I wasn't planning to. I was on a Scotland tour last year, and then I was traveling south to spend time in Manchester. I kid you not. Look, Pixar, it didn't happen, but I'm scrolling. When was it? July? It would have been July 2025. Come on. Bro, look. Hold on. Oh, wait. It's too... Just trust me. It says cockermouth. Hold on. I'm zooming in. I'm trying. There it is. And there's me. Oh, wait. Oh, anyway, that's my hand. I kid you not. I've been there. Anyway, it was basically, I was driving from Scotland to Manchester, I believe. But I hardly know what I know, right? No, they should definitely keep the name as is. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Was that traveling down to Manchester? I think it was. That's right, because we were traveling from Scotland to Manchester, but we decided to detour through the Lake District, and we saw a sign that said Cockermouth, and me and my friend said, we simply must. We simply must. And we did. We did. Oh, Ronaldo's heading out as well. Yes, go get some rest. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. I want to marry you and miss you. Oh, so you want to get married and then leave me so you can be like, oh, I miss my wife so much. But you also said Bebo, so you might be missing Bebo. Bebo was such a throwback. I feel like Bebo was much more of a British thing. Did you Aussies have Bebo? I know us New Zealanders did. We hooked up. Ooh. I don't usually kiss and tell, but I'm giving you permission to kiss and tell, you know. If you want to share with the class what went on, then we can certainly talk about it. I mean, it would be perfect if there was a pub called the Cock and Bulls in that town. Adorable. When did Kiwis get so loud? Well, you know, our neighbors are so far away that we have to learn how to project our voices so we can be like, oi! Oi! Did you... No, I'm not going to make that joke. No, screw it. I've got to get better at letting the internals out. Did you sleep with my sheep again? Bring her back! Don't do that! She's mine! Kiwi is a fruit, a bird, and a person. There are 3 things that works. Did you see the Cocker River? Well, if that was the river that was going through Cockermouth, then I assume yes, but I didn't actually see that it was called Cocker River, and now that I know that it's called Cocker River, I'm really, really disappointed. I've only ever heard it. I thought it was Cockermouth, and maybe I'm getting mixed with the Cocker Mouse. Ah, yes, the cockroach mouse. Hello. Also, welcome back. Yes, I did notice you were back, Stone Lord. You don't have to apologize, Tom. It's okay. It's just the redheads who are loud, exactly. Oh, hey. Well, you're not. Are you a sheep? I guess sheepdog, sheep. Anyway, hi. See any spaniels? I did not notice, or I don't recall any spaniels in Cockermouth. There are a lot of spaniels where I live, and they're so cute. I'm like, look at your floppy little ears. Can't wait to see you play some games again. I know once I get another monitor, then we'll be good to go. I'm actually looking forward to it because then I can put you guys on the small one, and then I can have my games on this big screen. It'll be great. But we will not worry about that until I look, the thing is, I was talking about this at the very beginning of stream, is I spent a lot more money on my road trip than I was planning to, because I have very different eating habits to my friend. And I'm not saying this as like a woe is me. It was just kind of next time we go on a road trip, I will be better prepared and will have budgeted differently. And so I am a New Zealander. You are correct. A sheep. And so I just think I just spent a lot more than I was planning to. And so that all would have been fine if by the time I flew back to the UK, I didn't also get a message saying, hey, you owe the tax man $1,500. And I was like, oh,
I'm doing my part.
I forgot it was that time. They make me pay every few months. And so now I have to delay buying my monitor until I get payday, which should be in a few days. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. My payday will come soon. And so hopefully then is when I can buy a monitor. We'll figure it out. Where am I from? I am from Hamilton. And welcome back. It seems wrong for you to be vertical. There is a horizontal version, Ian. If you would like to watch the horizontal version, I will figure out a better way to differentiate them. But there are 2 streams on YouTube should you wish to be horizontal. Yeah, normally kiss and yell. There's a town called Blue Knob in Australia. That's beautiful. I love it. I wish I had known sooner. I would have visited. I paint the dick every spring, and when I do, it reminds me that the dick sealant commercial. Indeed. Everyone wants to come on my dick. The thing is that we don't even say dick like dick. Like, how do we say dick? Dick. I guess it's like dick. Yeah. Oh, do you want to hang out on the dick? Dick. Because we don't say dick. Dick. Like, if we were to say a penis, we would say dick. And so it doesn't sound like we're saying dick when we're saying dick. It's more like a dick. Does that sound like I'm saying penis? Dick. Because that's a Kiwi accent. I don't say it like that because I'm a pretentious, pompous P word. I don't know what the P word is. Princess! There we go. And so that's why I say dick. But dick. Dick, 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 dick. I just heard dick about 20 times. Okay, never mind then. Can you cut your hair a little on the live broadcast? Yes, I can, but I do have a price. So this is actually something that I've done in the past. It costs $300 to cut my hair. Even if it's a little bit, that is the precedent we have set. Wait, inflation, $350. So I have done it live before. That is my price, $350. That is what it costs to cut my hair. So yes, I can do it, but at a price. I don't do it for free. That's the answer. Sheep are one thing, but when you have a girl walking around with spaniel, don't do it. Don't do it. You want some money? Yeah, of course I do. Also, hi, Waffle. Of course. Iman, if you ask to be a moderator one more time, I am going to make you unable to chat in this live stream for the rest of the day. Just a heads up. You can hang out, but don't you dare ask to be a moderator. But yes, Boo Boo, the answer is yes. I would love some money. Money's great. That's how this world works. Maybe if I were a millionaire, I wouldn't be so upfront. But I'm not going to be like, oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, money's awesome. If someone was willing to give me some money, then of course I would just say, oh, thank you. As evidenced earlier, shout out, Killer Grunt. You doing a great job. So yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, Hamtown, exactly. That's the one. Those two things sound the same. Okay, my bad. We don't say deck like we say dick, but we say deck how other people's might say it. Okay, well, I just went to pick up my cup again and it's empty. It's subtle but can be heard if listening carefully. This is true. $350. How? So if you, as in how did I get to that number, or how do you give me $350? Because that's 2 different answers as well. In the UK, it should be £350. Damn, we're gonna be eating good with that one. Still absolutely not making brick jokes. Nope. No. We're mature around here. Trump has ruined the price on everything, including haircuts. Who'd have thought? I'd become Captain Caveman if my haircut were that expensive. It is the one. Can have sexual relations. One is possible at having sexual relations. Not everyone, but yes. If you're asking me if we can partake together, then I would like you to use your words better. You are now horizontal. There we go. Yeah, I think I think there's something that I can do on my end, because I noticed that Ian about the horizontal and vertical, that it kind of just looked the same. It doesn't. No. Can I be moderator? You know what, boo boo? Yeah, sure. Even after all this time, getting people wanting you to cut your hair, can't they be more original? The thing is, this is my take, and maybe it's an incorrect take, so you guys can weigh in, because that's what we do. My assumption is that people ask if I can cut my hair because they make an assumption that women are incredibly attached to it, and that is their identity, that is their femininity. Those are the things that make them them. There are a lot of people who really would be very upset to cut the hair because that is something that they've had as their personality and what they look like, and it is important to them. I have been through that. And that is why I am making that assumption. And that is why once upon a time I shaved the side of my head, because I wanted to make myself not my hair. And so it was very liberating for me. And then after that, I went, I do like having long hair. I do. So I shan't be chopping it into a bob anytime soon. I did think about it for my 30th birthday, which is coming up. If I wanted to try and go crazy and go bob style, but I decided I like my long hair. I do. I truly, truly do. So that's why I keep it. But Anyway, my assumption is that people think that cutting hair is what makes one feminine, and therefore if you take away that hair, then it takes away the femininity, or is that identity? I don't know. Or maybe people just have a fetish of hair going long to short. Ow. You should do podcasting. Thank you, Waffle. That's actually really kind. I don't know what I would talk about, but I am thinking about it. You betray him your first sub and you give it to Booby. Yeah, but they asked so nicely. Boba the Musk sounds super handsome. They do have a lot of photos online. Just look up Timoeta Morrison. Well, how is your new place? I love my new place. I'm very, very happy. I went on a trip last week, and the idea of coming home and calling this home was really, really nice feeling. It shows that I've really become accustomed. Very nice. I prefer to see your cup half full, and now it's all empty. Anywho. How does it cost 350 euros? Not euros, US dollars. So the story behind how does a haircut cost why have I set my price at $350? That's US. So first things first, a femme haircut, even if it's just a trim off the ends, like if I were to just chop that off, is like 60 American dollars. It's ridiculous. Maybe 50 American dollars. Anyway, it's like 50 American dollars. It's not cheap. And so therefore, if I were to go to a hairdresser, then I would pay that. And so to make money off it, I either have to get the $50 or I have to get double that, because we got to make a profit. That's just smart business. If I'm cutting it myself, I will still be going to the hairdresser to make sure that it's even, especially at the back. So that 50 American dollars is still going to be spent one way or the other. So we have to double that so that we can make a profit. You could say, well, why don't you just put it at like 60 American dollars? I'm cutting my hair. We're really going to just say that my hair is worth $10. Cutting this is worth $10. No, we got to at least double it, right? And then on top of that, it is the cost of, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? The fact that someone is trying to take that away from me. What is the cost to them of how much to cut my hair live on stream? So now we're doing a little bit of a haggling, right? We're figuring out where this goes. And the offers that are made, because this has happened a few years ago, the haggling that ensued meant that the cost agreed upon was 300 American dollars. I, in good faith, literally snipped my hair live on stream without earning a single dollar because I thought, you know what? This is a gamble. Why not? If I can get $300 out of this, why not? They gave me $150, which is not the agreed upon amount. And then they came back periodically every few months to say how much to cut your hair. And I was like, you still owe me $150. So if anything, I should be saying $450 because I'm still owed the original $150 that was agreed upon, but nonetheless. So $350 to cut my hair because of past experiences. The regulars were there. They know. They know. Hopefully that answers your question. Speaking of hair and cutting it, I got a bed trim the other day and they asked me if I wanted a color camo. So I said, sure, why not? So now I look less like Santa Claus because I look 15 years younger. That's so cool. Congratulations. I hope you had fun doing that. Couldn't pay me $1 million to cut my hair, so we'll never grow back again. Yeah, mine grows pretty quickly, so I'm not too fussed. Hopefully that answered your questions. I cut my own hair because I'm like the king of introverts and I'm scared of barbers. You know what? I would be scared of barbers as well. They're very, like, I feel like hairdressers, you get a mix match of whether they'll be super talky or they'll just cut the hair and not say a thing. I like the latter. But I do feel like barbers, they're just, if they're not saying a thing, they're just so quick and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I get it. I've started also streaming on YouTube. Hell yeah. Do you use Restream? I use something different. I use Stream Elements Live, but there's also another one called Atrium. That doesn't sound right. There's another plugin on OBS that is very, very simple, which I use on my laptop. So there are two different plugins that I use. And no, I don't use Restream anymore. I reckon you'd look good with short hair. I actually think I wouldn't. I would suit short hair okay as well, but I'm just not ready for it because although my hair grows relatively fast, it doesn't grow like a foot fast in a year. But yeah, I think that I will get a bob one day, but it's not now. And long hair is nice. It's just I like the feeling of it on my back and just like going ah. So I like long hair. She looked like a Valkyrie. Ah, cute. The bob is too powerful for you. You couldn't handle it. Is this reverse psychology? I like long hair as well. I know a lot of people love girls with long hair. I like long hair, but I needed to shave my hair to decide that for myself. Because so many people, especially as a redhead, they're like, don't cut your hair, don't cut your hair. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do. But also I like my long hair for me, not for anyone else. Yeah, spill the tea with coffee snobber would go so hard, wouldn't it? I don't remember feeling particularly feminine when I had long hair. That's also true. Guys with long hair can look super mask. I got ideas for your YouTube user. Which YouTube user? Yeah, Jake the Muss and Boba Fett. Yeah, it's clever, isn't it, Boo Boo? It's very clever. 50 times 2 is 350. Fair enough. Quick maths. Just make it an even 1,000. I'd be willing to do 500. How about 500? It's not quite 1,000. I feel like it would be good. We were traumatized. It was a whole thing. I'll stand by what I said. I pay for you not to cut your hair. Based. 450 is like 20 crates of beer. Now, you know what? But Nine Fox has changed my mind. We'll do it an even 500. Did set us up for a few amazingly hilarious stream moments for the next time they showed up. Exactly right. Yes, you were good, Cameron. You've been a regular for a long time. Apart from giving myself a trim the last time I had my hair cut, my sister buzzed it all off. Intentionally? I found treatment to be easiest without having to worry about... Restream to be easiest without having to worry about more plugins. It's literally just one plugin, and I didn't have any other OBS plugins, but if you're saying yours has so many, then I understand it. But I think it's called Atrium or something like that. It's a very, very, very simple plugin. So I would recommend looking into it, but like I said, I don't have a lot of plugins, so it doesn't bother me. When I had long hair and working in the circus, I had shoulder length hair, which was unnaturally Elmo red. I love it. It was during chemo, so the hair already had to go. That makes more sense. Well, that's kind of nice that your sister was able to do it, and yeah, just around family, especially if you were having to go through chemo and whatnot. That's nice. That's a much nicer story than just being like, ah. I cut my own hair if I could pull off the buzz cut, but my head is too round. I do think it would make it a lot easier to just keep on. Maybe one day I'll adopt the buzz cut as well. I don't think we've talked about the shape of my head in the past. I don't think I could pull off a buzz cut. I think I have an alien head. And I've spoken about this before. I'll just slightly move for the verticals as well. Cuz like it looks fine with long hair, but I feel like see how there's like this angle here? And then if I get all of this hair out of the way, which way? Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to smack the mic in that. I don't know how to show. It's an alien head. I'm telling you. I mean, the little bump on top. I just feel like if I had a buzz cut, because there's like very little down here when I don't have long hair. So it makes it feel like I've got this big bulbous brain, which obviously I do. It's just an alien head. And we have a friend of the channel, a community member, who very kindly photoshopped me without hair. And I tell you what, it's like E.T. is phoning home. It's great. Brown bricks in Minecraft? I can't think of the bricks in Minecraft, admittedly. Is this the most amazing lore drop? Or have I just missed out your circus photo? Yeah, Lexington was in the circus. How cool is that? Then they were an acrobat, I believe is the term. Yes. Lexington does have a lot of lore. I am an alien, it is known. You have a strong profile. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really have many excuses to be a profile when live streaming. I will say that I do feel like oh wait, should I be telling the people my insecurities? I will say that it highlights like my larger bridge. It's not an insecurity, that's why I had to think about it. So I don't have the cute button nose that some people have. But from the front, you can't tell. Yes, tell us. Yes, tell you all of my insecurities so that you can use it against me. But that's the only thing. I've got just this very strong nose. No button nose like some people do. But otherwise, I feel like we do all right with the jaw, the strong masculine jaw. You know. I don't know what a Borg queen is. It is an alien head. We've seen the pics. Ligmag, welcome on Noon. Your hair is beautiful. Thank you. Will you give me $500 to cut it? Sorry, you missed out on that conversation. My apologies. You've made me fluster. I'm sure you look really cute today as well. Acrobat. There we go. Not a clown. I'm not that funny. Not yet. I'm impressed Acrobat in Circus is brilliant lore. Yes, Lexington has got a wealth of life. Gonna leave a lurk, go have dinner. Enjoy your dinner. And thank you again, Kilogram. Genuinely, I really do appreciate your generosity. I will go look, at least research monitors. How about that? I'm not sure what's worse, the ginger hair or the beak. I feel like the ginger hair, because the nose is not obvious unless I'm on the side, right? So you can't tell that I have like a toucan beak unless I'm on the side. And it's because here it's just like, it's fine. It's not like I don't have any wide proportions. Whereas the ginger, I can't hide. Like that's just an assault. Like from 100 meters away. You can't escape the sun, bouncing off my noggin, blinding people around them. I think it must be the ginger. And also because I have been on the internet for many years, and I've also lived on this planet for many years. Not a single person comments on my nose. You know why? Because they were like, ugh, ginger. So I can tell you that no one cares about the beak. But, that's why I'm trying to make it a thing. I could make it, maybe this is how I'll do my streams. It's like, please don't comment on my hair. Please just comment on my nose. You know what I mean? Anyway, insecurity like your nose, top lip, alien head, and constant frown crease. Or the fact your mum doesn't find you funny. Wait, how did you know that? Wait, I just made the association. I'm such an idiot. Boo boo. I cannot believe that I have been foiled this whole time. I feel so silly. Anyhow, I bet you can't jump. It's true. It is true, but you know, we all have our things that weigh us down. Sorry, that should not be funny. Anyhow, don't forget the swan neck. Oh, what else? I know that we're way past that combo, but is the reason sailors are considered gay because the New Zealand Navy misunderstood it when their captain yelled, "All hands on deck!" I like to believe it's true, but unfortunately the New Zealand Navy would have existed much, much later than the gay sailors did, so it's just what confirmed that the New Zealand Navy sailors are also gay. So it's like separate law. So the sailors being gay and make, you know how they're like, sirens led them to their death. No, that's just an entire fabrication to make people think that they weren't smooching one another when on the ships. It's like, oh yes, I saw a beautiful lady. What do ladies look like again? They got like fishtails or whatever. Yeah, that's hot, right? I like fish. People like fish, right? So the other guys, they like fishtail. Yeah. So she was like hot with like titties and stuff. She had titties and whatnot, and a long fishtail, things that us men like. And they were singing to me, and I was like, "Oh no! Oh, you're so hot! You're so hot! Yeah." So that's how the tale, pun intended, of sirens and mermaids came to be, so that they could hide the fact that they were smooching the homies the whole time. Separate law, but also the New Zealand Navy, when they said, "All hands on deck," it also confirmed that they too are gay sailors, because, you know, there's sailors gay synonymous, as we know. Big Nose, new nickname unlocked. Finally, I've been trying to unlock this name for ages. Thank you for all of the follows as well. Knick knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Boom goes the dynamite. Exactly, just that. I feel like I knew that it was boo boo last time, and somehow it just didn't compute this time. Clem can't jump. Are you a white man? Stupid reference. I love it. Are we restricting floors to above the shoulders, or is everything in play? Oh, no. We everything is in play. We are already well aware of how flat everything is over here, how 2D things are on my side of the seat. So, in fact, a joke was made even earlier today about how well versed with flat things I am. So it's not just above the shoulders, all there. How could semen be gay? Hilarious. Did you fart? Not right now. I try to not fart on stream. Have I ever farted on stream? It's not something I've thought about. I don't think I have. Not a sneaky one. Bron, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. I can't believe it's been this long. Thank you. Thank you for all your ongoing support. But genuinely, I've farted while I've been live, but not on stream. Does that make sense? Where it's like you mute, you walk away, do a little, and then come back. But I don't like if I'm sitting in. I've never done it sitting in front of the camera. I know, wild. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. I do have very dry lips. I keep on trying to drink some water, but I left my drink bottle downstairs and my tea is empty. So I do have very, very dry lips today. I am feeling it. I really should balm him up. Actually, we might have a ad break. Maybe I should go run and get my drink bottle. They say women smell like fish down there. Oh my god, that actually could be a correlation. You're so right. It's like, ooh, fishy. Maybe that's how the fishtail and nothing to do with the manatees or dugongs came to be. I mean, it works. Yeah. I think that works. I like it. Well, I mean, I don't like it. Wow, so rude, so offensive, grr. But yeah, there's some correlation there. Add man hands to the surfboard. I do not have man hands. Look, yeah, if you're gonna insult me, at least make it true. So beak, I get it. Forehead, like I've been commented on my forehead before, but no, you can't get me with man hands. I know how dainty my fingies are. Stupid reference is my middle name, Chocoholic Stupid Reference Mama, but there were too many characters, so you had to condense it. I get it. Girls don't fart, also that. Fart mic is after the new monitor. The Kiwi is not kiwiing. Well, I feel like being open and honest is the most Kiwi thing I can do. Thank you, Georgie. I'm glad that you appreciate the honesty too. What's going on here? That's a great question. Can you sing Blinding Lights? No. I tried to think if I know how the song goes. Is that the one by The Weeknd? As you can see, I don't think I'll know what this one is. Timothy Chalamet hands? I don't know what his hands look like. I'll have to look. No, I'm not going to look them up. I'm going to go get my drink bottle. You know what? You guys can sit here in silence for a moment while I go fart. I'm sorry for disturbing your silence. The brick wall is nice. I guess it's really nice to talk to as well, hey? I will try that again. I just wanted to ease you guys back into the noise, okay? I wanted to ease you guys back in because I saw the brick wall is nice. It's quiet too, and I felt apologetic for ruining the silence. Hopefully, you can hear me slightly better now. Anyway, thank you for the heads up about getting the lip balm. That was actually genuinely a great idea. And now I have water too, so it's great. It's great. But yes, I am stuck in the attic. That is where my brick wall is from. That is where I live. No, I don't live here. I just have my computer up here. However, what I will say is that while I was away, Rumi cleaned up. So I think I mentioned this last time. And so looking over there, I'm like, oh my god, there's so much space for activities. There's so much that I could do. I could like put a singular chair over there. I could put maybe like a bookshelf. That would be cool. Oh, Iman. I said that if you ask. Oh, no, okay, you didn't ask. You're all right. I accept your apologies for complaining to be a moderator. You will never be allowed the role of moderator. I would like to make that clear. I don't give moderation to anyone who asks for it. Anyway, that guy that showed up while you were away was neat. Oh, Oh, okay. I'm glad that they were kind. Sometimes they say slurs, so it's like, as long as they were behaving this time, I had to tell them, like, no slurs when live or offline. Wait, don't say them offline either. Anyhow, can I be a Terminator? Yes, absolutely. That's your prerogative. How old are you? 29. I was gonna say, well, you should never ask a lady. I don't give a crap. People are so weird about their ages. Ages, like, I think it's not even indicative of someone's point in life anymore. I just feel, maybe that's just my views on age. It's literally just how many rotations around the sun since the day of your birth. So I would much rather say like my birth year rather than my age, because I feel like how we age is very different and it shouldn't be a numerical quantity. However, that also comes from someone who doesn't like to be ruled by numbers. I had a bad relationship with food when I was younger. That also didn't go well when I was working in sales around the same time. Oh boy. Oh, that was triggering a lot of trauma when it was like, hey, you gotta hit your targets. And I'm like, ah. Anyhow, so maybe that's why I don't really care for age, because it's another another quantity that I don't think is indicative of measuring one's character. Anyhow, what flavor was the lip balm? It is pawpaw, actually. So this one is an Australian brand, actually. This has lasted me since I have left Australia. So hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag why aren't you focusing, stupid camera? My face is covered. There we go. Lucas's pawpaw ointment. People over in Australia go crazy for it. So it doesn't really have a strong flavor. Yeah. It doesn't really have a strong flavor anyways, and people use it for everything. Even the back of this I'm just reading says it relieves symptoms of cuts, scratches, abrasions, and minor wounds, insect bites, heat rash, mild sunburn, skin cracking, hence the lips, nappy rash, and chafing. So proper ointment, that one, rather than just a like lip gloss, something that's tasty, Anyhow, lurking on YouTube whilst pretending to work. Noise. Isn't it cold there wherever there is? It's actually not. I know it's probably deceiving because I have a blanket. The blanket is not for warmth. It's for comfort. It's just like, makes me feel cozy. Makes me feel like I can, I guess, relax in a way. Rather than just, like, if I don't have my blanket on, I just feel very, like, militant, especially because I'm on a dining chair. I'm like, yes, welcome to the stream. I am Clementine. Like, I don't know, I feel very, like, maybe I'm at school or something. The wall doesn't help. Anyway, so the blanket is not for warmth. It is simply because it helps me just be like cash, we're just cash. We're just hanging out on the couch that doesn't exist, but it's mimicking couch vibes without having a couch in a way. Point being that the last few days where I live, which is Southampton, have actually been so wonderful. The sun has been shining. It's been over 20 degrees Celsius. I've been getting my t-shirts out and getting some sun on these arms. My local cafe, now that there have been like daylight savings, when I was going to my cafe, the outside seating wouldn't get any sun on it, but now it does, and it's just so nice. So I just ended up staying there for an hour, just soaking up some rays. That was gorgeous. It has cooled down already, but in general, I can see the sun is out again, so it's not cold. It's definitely not cold. Is it hot? No, but it's not cold. Not at this time. Tiramisu! I love tiramisu! I went to Italy just last week, and, well, technically Italy, and I got my first tiramisu in Italia. It tasted like any tiramisu I've ever had, and so it wasn't any better. But it did feel more authentic. Anyhow. Offline is fine. Clem's is dropping. No! I'm not even going to read the rest of that. If people don't want to buy, I shouldn't feel bad for tricking them into buying something. Yeah, sales is BS. Exactly right. You said strength in numbers. Oh, gosh. Yeah, so that is why I don't know. I'm having to, like a politician, I'm having to backtrack on all of my words. Oh, God. Strength in numbers. Yes. Implication, plural. So strength in numbers, as long as, but if one number is a number, then strength in self, I can be strong on own. Anyways, I don't like counting. That's the problem, actually. I love counting. I lied. I love counting. Anyway. I'm going to move on because it is a little bit too much into my psyche. So, it should have a strong flavor. The pawpaw component is fermented. Ah, okay. Have you ever tried a weighted blanket? I have not, but I think I would love them. You don't feel safe with us? God, no. I mean, you're so right. You guys are like a breath of fresh air after a smelly fart. As callbacks. No, you guys are fine. Vertical YouTubers, though. I'm watching you. Welcome weit weg. Ja. Do you know Kremlin Palace in Turkey? I know of it, but I don't know it personally, no. Maybe you're too young to understand. Perhaps. I like to think, you know what, there are many things that I like to think that I am too young to understand. But there are other people who'll be too old to understand. Or maybe I'm just too different to understand. Why do you have that set up? Because I don't have any other place in this house that I can comfortably stream from except for the couch, and I can't stream from the couch unless I know that my housemate is not going to be bothered by it. So, welcome. I do love tiramisu. I do. It's so tasty. I want to make my own tiramisu one day. Speaking of local cafe, have you already talked about your D&D game? I have not talked about my D&D game today, so I will segue to that. Hi, Raven. Can't say we're like family to you because we think you're funny. Yeah. And, you know, that's better than being family. You are very different. Thank you. She does look like she's 21. Yeah, I've always been labeled as younger than I look, and I take that, you know. I don't understand the young greed. I don't understand what you're referring to in particular. You must be more specific. I live there in the Kremlin Palace. Badass. Thank you for the follow, by the way. She sounds like a 98-year-old that has smoked since she was 14. Well, I have smoked since I was 14. I'm kidding. I haven't smoked a single cigarette in my life. But nonetheless, you know what? It's fine. I'm moving on. I'm just going back to D&D. I am such a lucky girl. So for those who don't know, I love D&D. It is something that I have been wanting to do more of more recently, and I happened to roll very high on a luck check in my local cafe a few weeks ago, and I overheard some people talking D&D, and I shot my shot and I said, hey, were you talking D&D? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, I play D&D. Oh. Yeah, so like, if you're ever looking for like another player or whatever, like it's no big deal. But like, if you were looking for another player, if people like weren't turning up, then I wasn't actually listening to your conversation. But like, I did hear some thoughts about if someone's turning up or not turning up, and if you need more people so that you can balance the group and make sure that the combat is a little bit easier or like whatever. Like I could like swing by or like or whatever, you know. And they're like, cool. I'll grab your number. And I was like, cool. That's exactly how that played out. Anyway, so I my number was forwarded on to the dungeon master of the group. They're so sweet, and we caught up for coffee with him and his wife. I am obsessed with his wife. I think she's so wonderful. But I won't tell him that. Anyhow, I went to a session. It was so much fun. I just felt like I was amongst my people, and we had lots of quirky things. I accidentally created a twin sister to my character. I am playing Millie the Minotaur for those who have been following this story for a while, and now we also have Tilly the Minotaur, who was I misunderstood what my DM was asking, and now I have a twin sister. And I wasn't able to go when I was away, but I went back last night, and it was the same thing. A couple nights ago, and they were just such wonderful people, and it just jumped straight back into it. We're kind of doing a murder mystery at the moment. We're trying to find out who done it, who killed the guy that cursed the town. So that's very exciting. I'm also having an existential crisis where I thought we were playing 5th edition. We're actually playing 5.5, and so the original character I made, I've now changed. So they were going to be a Twilight cleric. Now they're a War Domain cleric. And so the whole session this week was just me going, I don't even believe in my god anymore. What have they done for me? Blah. So yeah, my poor girlie is already having quite the quite the shake-up, and I love her. I love her very much. So it's been so fun, and then the group have invited me for board games outside of D&D, which makes me feel like I actually have a proper IRL friendship group already, and I'm like, they want to catch up for coffee, and I'm like, so anyway, I'm just a happy girl. That's pretty much all I need to share. The sessions are very short, so story has to be condensed, or rather it only happens very slowly over time. So I literally, everything I shared with you is pretty much all that happened, and I love it. I'm just so happy. Are there huge differences? Yes, there are quite significant differences. It's 10 years, like the 5th edition was 2014, 5.5 is 2024, and I would say there are significant enough differences where it did make me change my entire sheet. But that is as someone who is quite methodical with rules. I like a lot of the changes, and I don't really care about keeping any of the other things, and it's fine. It's fine. It's just lovely. Exactly. I did it. Yeah. I just did it. It's Kelly. Hello. Yes, it's good to see you. I hope you've been well. I can't tell you that I will remember YouTube account. So if I forget that you are Callie, then just let me know. I do love baking or cooking, by the way. I did see this question from earlier. I do apologize for not answering sooner. I was just in a bit of a rant mode. But I do love baking and I do love cooking. But I don't really do a lot of baking because I don't have enough people to eat the food. However, now that I have D&D nights, maybe I can do some baking and take it to D&D nights. And on top of that, I've not baked since moving here, so I kind of want to see what equipment my housemate has, because that will change things as well. It's always easier when you're familiar with your stuff, both cooking and baking. I've done a bit of cooking, so I'm fine in that regard. I'm definitely kind of like a throw it together kind of gal, but I have my staples. And I think at the moment I haven't really had a day where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to spend a long time in the kitchen. So I think that's something that I will look into in the future too. So anyhow, hopefully that answered your question. I'm older than most people think too, says Raven. Yeah, it's good, right? It's good. I'm old enough that people don't tend to guess anymore. Hilarious. Those D&D nerds are just excited to speak to a woman, even if it's a subpar attempt. Well, what about the fact that there are other women in the group? Like, same thing. I don't know if they're in the LGBT community, but, you know, things to think about. Thank you for the gifted sub as well. That is so kind. Much appreciated. Aww. You were so chill and didn't even go back, right? Yeah, I was just so chill. I was just like, that's fine. Next to a miniature frost giant half brother Chili. That's so cute. I love that. Is it a twin sister? No, it is genuinely a twin sister. So that's the one. Traveling in Europe, but yeah, just being super, super loud. Exactly right. Scaring away all the bears. You know what it is? Is it small changes or in combat? Like the spells are quite different. The combat has extra abilities, but the thing is, it's close enough that anyone playing 5th edition would be fine with 5.5 as well. I wouldn't be worried about it. From my experience, board gamers or RPG players are some of the most friendly, inclusive, and welcoming people I've hung out with. That's because they play games that are literally required to have multiple people. They have to be inclusive because otherwise they can't play the games that they have. It's like, I say that from experience. I've got a few board games that I even brought all the way across the world just so I could hold on to them. They're ones that meant a lot to me. Like I didn't keep Monopoly, for example. But I can't play them because I need people to play them with, you know? So that is why it needs, that's why we need to be inclusive if we like games. Send me a selfie. I'm playing cards and I need a queen in my hand. I don't know where to send it. I'm sorry, Viking Nephilim. I love your name, though. That's very, very fun. Classic neighbors Byron Bay, home and away, pretending to be in New Zealand. Looked at the timing of different editions recently. It turns out that my story of the dwarf in the one and only campaign I took part in killing an orc by shouting abuse was many years before Miss Vicious Mockery was even introduced. Adorable. Just don't have a jack in your hand. Hilarious. Taking the jack off. Not having people to eat the food is why I don't bake often either. Exactly. I might try some bread. Hell yeah, that's fun. Any fellow 4th edition enjoyers? That's cute. I had a friend who had a 2nd edition book, but I don't know if they actually played 2nd edition. You're having D&D nights? Yes, in person as well, which is so fun. I want to see Vicious Mockery, just someone looking at you up and down saying, those shoes? Really? Yeah, it's just like, what's wrong with them? Like, but I wear these all the time. Yeah, 2024 rules, exactly. D&D, to me, seems it's guy and girl thing based on who I know or seen that play. I don't play that. Yeah, like D&D is for everyone. Is great. Hi, tutor. I'm surprised that you say mommy despite you being the tutor. There feels like a lot of dynamics going on there. Could cut some Jelly L. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Tom. Yeah, Monopoly is easily replaced, exactly. And I feel like it would be kind of fun. You know what? I actually want to do a London. This is going to sound so lame. I want to go to London and I want to go find all of the real streets that are in the Monopoly board game. It's on my bucket list. It's a very niche bucket list, but I want to do it. I don't know if anyone ever told you that before, but you have the same name as the main girl. Yes, I am aware of The Walking Dead. Yes, can't stop making the connection. You're right. You're not the first person. You won't be the last. It's very it comes up every now and again, but I've never played the game. If that was a follow-up question, I've never ever played it. Someone say, "Mommy, indeed." Yeah, there are different versions, exactly right. Some people do the skin version, some people do, like I had a New Zealand version growing up, for example. Ah, yes, the jellied eel, of course. Yes. I am vegetarian, so I won't be eating the jellied eel, but I heard it's a quote-unquote delicacy from here. It'd be fun IRL stream. The thing is, I actually have thought about doing an IRL stream in London. However, London is very known for petty crime. And so I have to consider whether or not I would be willing to IRL stream in London when it's so known for people like getting their phones taken out of their hands. I didn't have any troubles when I was in London last year, but that doesn't mean I would run into it again. I actually did that when I went to London. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever, Seema. Anyway, so don't expect any London IRL streams anytime soon because, like I said, it's known for its petty crime. Yeah, the Monopoly tour, quite. Join me in London. I'm also going to be doing the Jack the Ripper side tour. Ooh, how morbid. Disney version and Marvel Heroes Monopoly. Cool. I feel we need to bring back saying TTRPG even though we say D&D. I often say TTRPG, but then I also have to vibe on whether or not people are saying know what that means. But in this case, I do mean D&D, which is why I'm happy saying D&D. I remember mentioning Clementine from The Walking Dead when I first saw your stream as well. There we go. We got the confirmation. I hope you're well, Alex. We might get to see whether taking the phone too. True. Maybe if I use a second like dummy phone, then you can have it. Carry a knife. I wouldn't use it. Let's be real. I think they're on Auckland version and a Wellington one, probably Christchurch too. I know that there's a New Zealand version, but I didn't know specifically. But yeah, that is capitalism. Oh, crazy. So this is what you're choosing to do with the gift of life. You get one, go, yes, it's great, isn't it? Isn't that wonderful that I just think that it's cool what we can do on the internet. She's very sweet, Clem from the game, so it's a compliment. It's very good. Maybe I'll play it one day. I don't, but you know, I got you. Don't want to stream your crimes, exactly. The thing is, every time I go to London, I do petty crime, and I'm like, I can't really show that. That's against the terms of services. Don't do that, but still a good idea to do a Monopoly adventure. Exactly. I can take photos at least. Oh, I must share some photos from my trip as well. What crime, can set it up so if you say that London to an audience on the internet and you're a UK citizen, it's prison time. Sorry, let me try reading this again. What crime? Petty crime is what I said, if that's what you're asking. Some Khan set it up. As in Genghis Khan? It doesn't, Khan set it up. So if you say that about London, so I'm criticizing London to people on the internet, and if I'm a UK citizen, which I'm not, then I would go to prison. Be careful what you say, new laws today, they will arrest you. Oh, okay. All right. That makes more sense. No, I think they should be more concerned about arresting those who are, stealing phones out of people's hands. That being said, I didn't feel unsafe in London. Maybe that is ignorance, but I didn't have any issues when I was in London, luckily. But it was very apparent when going on the tube, for example, there are, what did I say? See it, say it, sorted. There are a lot of campaigns to be making sure that you are reporting the crimes that are going on, especially around train stations and the tube. And so one can only assume that when there are all of these signs saying don't have your phone out when you're just casually on the train, someone will steal it from you. That being said, again, I did see an attempt at a crime. I did see someone who tried to steal someone's suitcases off the train just before the doors closed. So they were waiting on the platform, and then the door went burr, 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 and they ran in, tried to steal 2 suitcases, but then the doors kind of opened again. It was just really awkward. And the guy's just like, what are you doing? Get out of here, get out of here. And then the guy just hopped off the train without the suitcases, by the way, and then just left the station. It was very odd. Anyhow, so it does happen. So you're Kiwi. Have you been to Otara? I have not been to Otara, unfortunately. I actually don't know where that is. Otara. Unless you're thinking Otarahanga? Let me have a look. Otara. Oh, it's just near Auckland. Which side of Auckland? Nope, I don't think I have been here. I've been probably driven past it on the State Highway 1, but I have not spent time there. Yeah. They want you to be a victim? I'm not sure what you mean by that, sorry. Liberty, if you would like to elaborate, then I am willing to learn from you. Oh, Sadiq Khan is the mayor of London. That makes more sense. Thank you. My mind always goes to a song about the miner's daughter, which honestly, I prefer The Walking Dead because the miner's daughter is very depressing. I don't want the association there. Bricked up, ayo, hey balls, how are you going? Thank you for the follow as well. Did you leave zone 1 while on the train? Maybe? I don't know. I'm still learning all the train systems. Someone on a scooter stole Raisin's phone out of his hand when he went to the UK. That's ridiculous. But there you go. It happens. Aw, poor Toasty. Isn't that just civic duty? Oh yeah, see it, say it, sort it. It's just your civic duty. It's the most who wants clothes and toiletries? Exactly. That's what I was surprised. Like, what did they think was in it? If it were their backpack where your laptop might be kept, I understand. But exactly right. Like, why the suitcase? And it was just some like. Or maybe they wanted the clothes. No, it was even a kid's suitcase, I think, because there was the guy and his family, and I think they were trying to steal the little kid's suitcase. Isn't that ridiculous? Anyhow, they failed, and so I laughed. But nothing surprising for the UK. Yeah, Papa Toy Toy, exactly. I've never been to Otara, but I've heard great music comes from the Gentlemen's Club. Ooh. Sorry, guys, not a Kiwi. Yes. The definition of being a Kiwi is if you come of knowing a suburb in Auckland, the city that I am not from. Because you know what's more New Zealand? I hate Auckland. Auckland is like I hate the roads. I don't enjoy the nightlife. I don't enjoy going to Auckland. Anytime I'm there, I'm like, okay. So why would I pay attention to the bloody suburbs? Pardon Newmarket though. I have been to Newmarket and that kind of area. Anyway. Nonetheless. You've heard that too about the Gentlemen's Club? Look at my peeps getting my references. Clearly, I don't know the reference. I'm getting GPS trackers for all my suitcases. Yeah, I have an air tag in my cases. So that's the one. Yes, thank you, Nine Fox. Much appreciated. Auckland sucks, Kiwi confirmed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like what's more truer Kiwi than all agreeing? Even if you live in Auckland, you don't like Auckland, you know? Clothes can be sold for money and some hide the more expensive stuff between their clothes. Yeah, but it's a bit of a gamble, I guess. Anyway, regardless, it is just a dick move. Don't steal things, guys. That's rude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do you know Tipuna? Yeah, not a Kiwi. No, I don't know this one. Nonetheless. New Market or New World? New Market is an area in Auckland. New World is a supermarket in New Zealand. Oh, how bizarre. How bizarre. Now, Jacinda is on Netflix. Everyone knows knows New Zealand. Oh, you're right, Nine Fox. You're right. Thank you for the follow. How are we tracking? Once a streamer was telling me about when he met a voice actress. He said he was bricked up. Oh no, don't say that about someone. He didn't realize what that meant. Okay, good. He thought it meant being nervous. I think he was confused with bricking it. Yeah, like shitting bricks. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that he didn't know what it meant because at first I was like, oh god, that is a horrible story to be sharing. But okay, yes. I think he meant that he was shitting bricks rather than being bricked up. Those are two different things. Oh, poor guy. He will not be forgetting that one now. Auckland just wishes it was Sydney. Exactly. And I fucking hate Sydney too, so... I know more areas in Auckland than I should because I used to pay the Auckland bus drivers for Stagecoach. All right. And also because of the Monopoly Auckland edition, obviously. I forget I'm from New Zealand too. I'm trying to be funny. No. You're so fine. That's it was just I just thought that you missed what it was being said. Anyhow, I worked with a lady who thought it was help us out. Oh, instead of how bizarre, help us out, help us out. That's kind of cute. I like it. And what the title says, hot. I've never traveled with a laptop, but I've traveled the world. I have just been traveling recently as well, but I did travel with my laptop. So luckily my bag wasn't stolen, I guess. Auckland is fine as long as you're 1 hour from the CBD. Exactly. Auckland is fine if you're like not in Auckland. I hate it too. This is Sydney. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful city, but let's just say it's best at 3 a.m. with no people. Yeah. 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 Ooh, enjoy the sunrise. Posh. Not quite. T-O-G-O. You can say she's posh to go. I met my ex in Auckland. We were both visiting and staying at the Fat Camel. That's a fun name. I like it. That's very fun. Anyway, guys, I feel like I am just waiting for you guys to say stuff, which makes me think that it is time for me to go because I'm not really on rant or contributing anything anymore. I'm just waiting for your comments, and that makes me feel like I'm being lazy. I will give you an opportunity to send me on one final rant. Otherwise, I'm going to go get some brunch. Yeah, I think it's our time. Wait, the other way. Hey, Delta. What's the other one from Susie Cato? How about that Pokemon? You guys have heard enough about Pokemon. It's that's the opening. Kia ora, the loafer. How does it end? Help! Susie Cato fans! I keep on saying kia ora, talofa. It's our time, our special time of day. Most people know New Zealand for other things, like anti-nuke policies. I was gonna say, but no, it's just... well, you know more about New Zealand than I guess. Look at me, fake New Zealander. I've chased the sun to California, and the time you go coming from behind. Isn't that crazy? The world is so crazy. Might be offline, but thoughts on that world map with chat input? Well, yeah, we will discuss offline. I was like, no, I will do that offline. Imagine if the Wright brothers hadn't developed flight, we might understand how bicycles work. God damn it. Do you love America? No, but that doesn't mean I hate America. It's just I don't feel strongly one way or another. America is a country. Do I even love New Zealand? I do love New Zealand, actually. So, like, do I love UK? No. Do I love other countries? No. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? What am I supposed to say? Looking forward to hearing more about Melissa and Matilda the Minotaurs. You know what? I'm gonna make their mum one of those. I like Mutilda. I think I have to make their mum Mutilda. That's very cute. Melissa. Maybe that's the younger sister. That's cute. I like it. Oh yeah, see you later. It's time to say goodbye. That's one. I've really got to fly. It's time for us to end. See you soon. I'll be back again. Kakite. See you later. I hope you... I don't remember the last part. Anyway, thank you, Raven. That's the one. I will do that next time. Mother? Yeah, you guys got it. You guys got it. Okay. I don't know if I will raid today because I still haven't figured that out on that. Maybe that can be my next thing that I look into. I'll do some offline tech stuff. I'm glad that things worked. We had a lot of new friends today, so thank you guys for taking a chance on the channel. I'm glad that it was able to work out over on the YouTubes as well. I think this is our first smooth live stream, multi-stream, so that's excellent. We're still learning. No games until I get a second monitor. I will work on that after I do some budgeting. Hey, some more follows still at the end. Thank you kindly. No stream tomorrow either, because that's my day off. I don't actually know what days I work anyway. I'm not working. I don't know what days I stream at this stage, but I know it's not a Saturday morning because I'm going to go I'm actually going to run myself. Umma-rapatsi, umma-rapatsi, umma, umma, umma. Okay, so thanks. I had a really good time today. Thanks for turning up. It was wonderful to see you all, and thank you for your patience as I build back up a schedule and a routine. Now that I am not jetting off somewhere, I'm hoping that will be a little bit easier. Just a little insight as well on why I didn't stream yesterday for those who missed it. I basically, if I don't feel like I have anything to talk about, then I don't go live. And so similarly, that's why I'm ending now, because I don't have anything else that I want to talk about. So that's what's going on there. Thank you so much. And a D&D veteran at that. Whoo-wee. We're going to have some fun chats in the future when I tell you about my Millie the Minotaur. Anyhows. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm done now. Bye.